What's going on, guys? My name is Skal, and today we're back for episode 6 of the Minecraft series. There's a ghast screaming in the background, which is really annoying me, but what can you really do? Today, we're going to be doing some exploring. Please shush. In the Nether. And if you didn't already notice, by the way, there is something slightly different about today's episode, which I'm going to inform you guys of in just a second. If it wasn't obvious then, it's going to be incredibly obvious now. Ah. Not particularly what I was hoping for. I was kind of hoping to get here in the daytime. But what can you do? Basically, the reason why the world... Oh, it's not even... Okay, we're about halfway into the... But it's about midnight right now. Okay, it's not too bad. If you couldn't already tell, I am currently using a shader pack. The water will make it obvious. There you go. The water makes it blindingly obvious. I'm using a shader pack. I can't see a thing. Let's try and put the torches in my hand. Does that work? No. Maybe that's broken. I don't know. But yeah, torches in my hand doesn't seem to work right now, because usually that would give us a little bit of light. But look at this. It's beautiful. Oh my god. Absolutely love it. And I'm going to stay here for a bit, actually, and I'm going to let you guys watch the sunrise. Whoa, there's a bit of a hole there. Because this is going to be awful quality for you right now. There's a village over there, as you can see by the bits of light. I can see an enderman on that hill, I think. That's a cactus, never mind. And yes, we're in a swamp biome. That is the important thing, the important part of today's episode, the thing that I actually wanted you guys to see here. Okay, so the moon's going down. I was wondering where the mobs were. I can't see him, though. Is he below? He's below me. Okay. I'll be able to see you in a second, buddy. This is the one bad thing about shader packs as a creeper as well. When it goes dark, it goes really dark, as you can see. Like the world, you can barely pick out any differences in the horizon. But oh, it looks so good. Oh my god, the sunrise though. Oh dude, look at that. How can anyone dislike that? It's so nice. And the world will slowly transition into this more orange-looking landscape. And yes, you can see I get massive lens flares if I look at the sun, which is interesting. Michael Bay would approve. But there you go. I just thought you guys would like to see the fact that we are now using a shader pack. And if you guys don't like this somehow, then feel free to just tell me in the comments below, and I will switch back to using the default. But for now, I really like this thing. It's absolutely just glorious is the only way of describing it, and it doesn't actually make me like that much either, because this is a very simple shader pack. There are some really complicated ones like Zeus Ultra and what do you call them, Sonic Aether shaders and things like that. This one's called Conquest of the Sun. It was found because it was in a video made by Zysumovoid, who is a YouTuber I watch quite frequently, and it's one of my favourite shaders I've ever found. It's not like super complicated like Zeus and Sonic Aethers, but it's just, it almost makes it look like if shader packs had a default, this would be the default, because it's not much gets changed, but it's enough to make it really nice. I'm explaining this awfully, ignore every word I say. But anyway, I'm going to get on with the episode now. So the real reason why we're here today wasn't just to show you a really beautiful sunrise like that. It was in fact to show you the fact that we have now found a swamp. Now, if you guys remember, I did say a few episodes back that I wanted to start making a big sugarcane farm. The reason for that was so we can get on with loads and loads of enchanting, get some books, get enchanting those books, get some really cool pimped out weapons, because right now we have absolutely nothing enchanted. We have 0 enchantments, and it's kind of dull. So yeah, we're going to try and find a skeleton spawner and make an XP grinder out of it. Yes, it has to be skeleton, it can't be spider or zombie, it has to be skeleton. And we're going to be using that to get all of our XP for the start of this series before we move on to, like, you know, more tried and tested methods in the later game. But for now I have other things to do. Other things to do, for example, being that we need to find a lot of lily pads. And I know I say find, we've already found lily pads because they're all here, but we need to get lily pads, because one of the main ingredients of a skeleton spawner is, of course, the ability to kill these things. Where am I going with this? I've completely forgotten. Wait, no, these are for books. Slime balls are for something else. What? I've forgotten why we're here. I don't know. Regardless, I'm no professional. You guys know that by now. And I never try to be either. It's more fun if you just do whatever the hell you like. And essentially, we're going to be here today because I want to collect lily pads, because lily pads are really good for making great sugarcane farms. We're going to be making one later in this episode today, in fact, in a desert biome, and I'll show you guys the very famous pattern, originally created by, I think it was EthosLab, who is a favourite Minecraft YouTuber of mine. He's my all-time favourite YouTuber. I've been watching him for probably 3 years, I would say now. 3 years I've stayed with him and watched his Minecraft series because it's absolutely incredible. But yeah, this was a method of his where essentially you have a block with sugarcane around it, and then you just so you have one lily pad in the middle. You have one lily pad in the middle, and you would have sugarcane there, and there, and you just repeat that pattern in such a way that it's super efficient, uses minimal water, and you get loads of sugarcane, and it's really good. We're going to be using that method today to make our own sugarcane farm in the future, so that we can, of course, make books, and get enchantments, and get really cool gear, and then find the end, beat the Ender Dragon, set up my base around the end portal, because that's just how I like to roll, and then just carry on with Minecraft in general, because it's a great game. So, yeah, that's the plan. That's pretty much my ultimate plan, to be honest. That's the future summed up in a sentence. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to collect some of these lily pads. I'm going to get 48 to be exact. And then we're going to head back to the nether portal, and I'll show you guys what the nether looks like with this shader pack, because it's kind of weird. Anyway, you didn't ask for it. You didn't want to see it, but I'm going to show it you anyway. This is the nether in Conquest of the Sun, and it looks pretty good, to be honest. It's okay. I mean, the contrast of lava to land is ridiculous because that's completely dark and that's completely light. But the reason for that is because all shader packs get their light sources from the sun or any other light source. The nether has no sun, of course, so therefore there are no light sources. By default, the nether is just always in complete pitch black eternal night. That's as far as the shader pack knows. The most annoying part, though, is that in the background, you see if I move away from the background there, you can see it. Just keep looking at the background, but when I scroll away, you can see that unfortunately the shader pack does actually, it renders the clouds in the background, and it's so annoying. Like that annoys me the most, more than anything else. The fact that we have clouds in the distance in the nether. Why? I don't know, but there you go. So yeah, this doesn't really work. It's a bit broken. And dark things are way too dark, and light things look way too light by comparison. But it still works. It still works as a shader pack. It's completely lethal, that you can't see a thing sometimes. I'll give you a demonstration right here. Look, you can't see a thing. There could be a drop there, or land. I don't know. I have no idea, because it's just pitch black. But apart from that, it still looks pretty good. And if we ever need to, we can just turn it off in the nether anyway, because we're not going to be spending too much time in the near future, apart from just getting around with the tunnels. So, back to spawn, let's go. So I said the main purpose of today's episode was, of course, to create a sugarcane farm, and that is still the main purpose of today's episode. It shall still be at the end of the episode. I've sorted some of the stuff that we had here into chests. I'm going to get the lily pads right now if I can. There they are, 48 lily pads. We have water buckets. We're going to need 2 water buckets easily, possibly more, because it gets very, very frustrating doing this with 1 water bucket. So there we go. We've got 3 iron. That into another bucket, just like that, and then we can get our sugarcane from the chest right here. And did I put it in the wrong chest? I did. I put it there. Okay, that's fine. I just quickly dumped everything into the chests for no reason at all. So let's go out into the desert right here, and we will try and find something of interest. Something of interest being a spot where we can build. Really, I don't want to level out that much land, because to have this farm work properly, it has to be completely flat. It has to be an entirely flat land. This part of the desert's quite bumpy, unfortunately, but if I had to choose one layer, which there seems to be a lot of, it seems to be this one right here. I'm going to have to fill in this section, but I'm going to be digging away this as well, so it doesn't seem to be too bad. I have a big job ahead of me. Do you know what I'm going to do? To make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to try and get an enchanted diamond shovel, because it's going to help this a lot. Let's get my loot chest. I have 12 diamonds. I don't really mind about using up diamonds in this case. Let's see, so we've got sticks. We've also got lapis, don't we? I do have an enchanting table now, by the way. If I can never remember if I show things in episodes, but yeah, we have a full enchanting system now, which looks pretty good, as you can see there. So, I'm going to try and craft myself a diamond shovel, just like that. Put this one into storage for now, because it's not really needed anymore. And we're going to enchant a diamond shovel to get efficiency 2. No. I'm going to remove these. Oh, no, I can't remove these. Okay, I can put torches on them, can't I? Yeah, okay. And we can keep lowering this until we get a new one. So that's enchantment level 26. Let's try a different one. Wait, if I remove that, what enchantment level is it? Level 30. Okay, it is at the right height. Never mind, that's fine. So we have... I'm going to remove 2 to get level 21. I'm going to remove 3 to get level 16. Okay, efficiency... Why am I on the axe? I shouldn't be on the axe. Efficiency 3. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. For a really, really weak enchantment, that might be fine. But there it is, our first enchantment. It was efficiency 3 on a freshly made diamond shovel. How interesting was that? Now, please insta-mine. Yes! Okay. That's all I was hoping for. This makes my life so much more enjoyable and so much easier. Oh, I love doing this. Instant mining in Minecraft is one of the most satisfying things you can ever do. But this shovel's ruined already. Like, look at its health bar going down. You can visibly see the HP of this shovel going down. It's that bad. But we're getting the job done really quickly, so I don't mind at all. I think we're almost done. Looking pretty good. Okay, that must have taken about 3 minutes to do. And oh, that's a lot of sand. If we have any glass, I think we are covered. So I'm going to collect all this stuff up, and then we're going to need to use it to fill in this zone. And with this big flat area, we can use this in the future to just expand our farm into indefinitely, because it doesn't have to be a set size. I'm just starting off with a set size. So I'm going to remove this little mound here as well, because it's just kind of annoying. It doesn't affect the farm at all, but it's just in the way, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to get rid of all that bit of cave thing, since you now get caves and deserts. Let's fill in these holes, because I did... Oh yeah, and this creeper hole as well, I remember that. We were having a bad day, and we came back from the nether, and there was just a creeper here, and he blew up, and it was like, why? Why do you exist? But there we go, we filled it in. So all was fine in the end. So, the only thing left to do now is fill in this little gap here, and then we can start digging out the holes for our farm. But this part's going to be pretty boring. It's just lots of placing sand, and walking around in the hot sun, and, you know, chomping on food. But look at this big flat plane we've made. This is incredible. Let me just... There we go. Wait, how do I press F5? Oh, there we go. Look at that big flat plane. That's pretty nice looking, not going to lie. That's good. This whole thing's going into a sugarcane farm. That's kind of... It's almost depressing, because we've just leveled out this big area, and it looks really good, and it's just for a sugarcane farm. It's kind of sad, really. So that ended up amounting to a lot of sand in the end, which is pretty good because it means we can convert it into glass in the future, or just sandstone for building things, because sandstone is a nice thing to work with as well. But yeah, I now have this chest for sand simply because we may just start digging away at this as well, to be honest, just simply to get sand, because it can be helpful for some things in the future. Anywho, let's get on with the actual project here today. I'm going to make a little spot here for our water to start off with. Okay, we have a bit there. I'm going to go get some more now. Since it's a desert, you have to kind of go pretty far just to get water. It can be kind of annoying. But yeah. Right over here, though, this is where the water is. So we can get our water from the lake right here. Bam, there we go. And the main goal of today, like I said, was to create the sugarcane farm, but we might go do something else after as well, because I do have goals to find, obviously, skeleton spawner. The main reason why we're doing this is so that when we do find a skeleton spawner, we have loads of books to convert into... enchanted books. How did I forget the... I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this is also going to be used for village trading in the future, which is another thing I just realised. Because obviously, bookmaking is not really that important after a certain point. So once we do get after that point, we're just going to get a load of librarian villages and sell them these books and paper and stuff. Because those librarian villages, they do love their paper. That's entirely true. So I'm going to be digging out holes like this. Not like this, apparently. Never mind. I suck. Let's fill it in and put it there instead. There we go. And that's it. That's literally the farm. Like, it's just that pattern repeated on and on forever. That's it. It's really simple. So yeah. Basically, let's get some more water from there and there. So we just have to go along and do this 48 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And then we can come this way and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no. 6, 7, 8. The instant shovel was a good idea for clearing this whole thing out, but not anymore. So that's 6 by 8. In theory, 6 by 8 should be exactly enough to use up our 48 lily pads. So I'm going to get digging now in the correct fashion. So 1 there, 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 and so on, and I'll rejoin you back in a second. Okay, if we ever do this again, we are using ice, which brings me to the idea, of course. The next thing, one of the next things we need to build is, of course, an ice tray, because ice tray is very helpful. Of course, we can't build one of those, though, until we have Silk Touch, which is why we're building the enchantment, which is why we're buying books for buying. What did I? Oh, which is why we're building the things for a, what? For a grinder first. I just messed that up. Oh my god! I give up. I don't know. Anyway, we're done. There it is. 6 by 8. We should have enough lily pads now to fill every single one, and that's actually doing my OCD a lot of good because it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with this thing. So I can go along. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on and so on. And if you haven't already picked up on it, the idea of this farm is that it's incredibly efficient, basically. It's the most efficient format in which you can have lily pads and sugar canes. Oh no. Why? Why did it do that? Actually, why did it do that? Because shouldn't it have just placed the lily pad? Huh. I don't know. It's an interesting one. I don't think the offhand feature works fully yet. There are a lot of things that seem to go wrong. I'm going to fill up my bucket there just in case. But yeah, as you can see that I clicked the water bucket. I clicked the not the water bucket. I clicked the water source with the lily pad, and it placed the torch instead. And I'm not entirely sure why. I would show you it now to like reenact it, but I'm not sure how I did that. So I'm just gonna go with it. There we go. No, I miscounted. Wait, how did I miscount? Wait, what? How did I miscount? That's 6. What? Hang on. For a start, I can't have miscounted by 3. Could I? Wow. I feel like I just broke maths. Let's just give this a quick check now. Before we kill that guy really quickly there, because he's just being an annoying creeper as always. Let's have a look. So, yeah, it's 6 wide. Look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's 8 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. If it's 9 long, how the hell have we filled up all but 3? What? Do we miss some? I'm so confused. There's... What? How is 9 by 6 45? Wait. 9 times... Hang on. Calculator. Come here. 9 times 5. Just correct me. Yeah, it's 45. But this is 9 by 6. I'm so confused. That shouldn't work at all. Basically, with the setup I've done, which is 9 long and 6 wide, which was a mistake, it should have been 8 long and 6 wide, I should, in theory, have 54 spots, and therefore there should be 9 spots without lily pads. But, get this, there's 3 spots without lily pads. So I just created 6 lily pads out of thin air? I think I did, which is kind of weird. I'm gonna go get 3 more. What? Just what? I get back, this one's missing, this one just isn't here, this one isn't here either. But that still doesn't answer the question, though. If it would have been that 6 times over, then that would have made sense, because mathematically that would have been correct. But there's 3 missing. There should be 6. I don't understand. Oh, let's just do it again. I have a feeling that I'm going to go get some more, and I'm going to get back here, and there's going to be another 3 missing. So there's 3 more lily pads. What the hell happened? I don't understand. Just gonna go back again, I guess. Not really got much choice. I feel like the sunsets are like the only non-frustrating thing today. But yeah, we have another 3 lily pads, so we can place these things down right here, 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 and here, and here. Just a reference to a certain YouTuber there, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. Since it is going down, though, however, we do have to go have a little nap here. There we go. And once we awake, we can go start to build our sugarcane farm. And I did say we were going to go find something else this episode. I changed my mind because we're not doing that much work this episode. I'm already sick to death of just walking through the nether for ages just to get a few, what do you call, lily pads. And then just getting straight back and just having different lily pads. It's just annoying, to be honest, having to do all that work. And whoa, that was cool. Synchronized death. That was interesting. So, stump of sand in our designated sand chest here that we don't need anymore. And we're going to start planting down the sugarcane. Now, the way we do this, I'm going to collect these bones as well, just to get them out of the way. There we go. The way we do this is we place them around the sugarcane, the lily pads, just like this. And this just gets recreated over and over again. And basically the maths behind it is, for every lily pad, every time you do a full harvest, you get 8 times the lily pads in sugarcane. Now, we had 48 to start off with. We added 6 because of our 6 broken lily pads. So we now have 54... Oh, the maths does check out. Oh. I feel stupid now. Never mind, the maths does work. That's... whatever. Anyway, so... Oh, I feel stupid now. So yeah, basically, every time we use this farm, we will get 8 times the amount of lily pads there are in sugarcane. And there are 55 lily pads. So if I get my calculator up right here, we can do 54... times 8, which is 432. That's a lot of sugarcane. If you think about how many of those will go into books and paper, for every harvest of this we can make over 100 books, which is really good. And as you can see there, 54 has filled up about a quarter of it. So yeah, basically over the next few days now, I'm going to keep coming back to this thing, keep harvesting away at the sugarcane, keep collecting other things as well that we also need to find, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks very much for watching as usual. Remember to comment below if you do like the shaders, or if you somehow don't like the shaders. And I will see you guys in the next one. By the time you rejoin me in the next episode, I'll probably have this farm fully filled, and we will have gained a lot of sugarcane, and we're going to start work on building a skeleton spawner. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.